A federal appeals court heard arguments Tuesday over Idaho's strict abortion laws, which ban the procedure unless it's necessary to save the pregnant woman's life. The case stems from a lawsuit from the Biden administration that claims the ban, which applies at any stage of pregnancy, violates a federal law called the Emergency Treatment and Labor Act. Since the overturning of Roe v. Wade in 2022, there have been more incidents of pregnant women being turned away by hospitals for care, especially in states with strict abortion bans. CBS News correspondent Elise Preston joins me now. Elise, what are both sides arguing?
Well, Lindsay, as you mentioned, Idaho's abortion ban is one of the strictest in the country, and it does make it a felony for the procedure to be carried out unless it is life-saving of the pregnant woman. Now, as you mentioned, the Biden administration is pointing to what is called the EMTALA Act, which was established almost 40 years ago, and it says that the Biden administration says that the procedures should be carried out if they not only save the life of the pregnant woman, but also the health. So they're arguing that if there's a loss of fertility or paralysis at stake, that the emergency abortions should be able to come into play. Now, the Biden administration first sued the state of Idaho 2 years ago. It went through the court system, went all the way to the Supreme Court of the U.S. before it was kicked back down to this appeals court. And so today, oral arguments were argued in front of about 11 judges. It's usually only about 2 or 3 who listen to these oral arguments, but because of the nature of the case and how far it went into the legal proceeding, it got kicked back. They want more eyes and ears on it. So 11 judges listened to these oral arguments from both sides, and they peppered both sides with questions regarding their stances. Many of the questions that came today came up about states' rights. Is this a violation of the state right, which Idaho argues that EMTALA is an overreach in this case. Idaho also points to a portion of that act that mentions an unborn child. So they're saying this decades-old act also kind of proves their point that because unborn child, the language is used in that EMTALA Act, that they should be able to keep their ban in place. A lot of the other questions really came down to how do you constitute what is life-saving and what is an emergency, and how will doctors know before they do or do not perform the procedure?
Elise Preston, thank you.